Evelyn, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the TMI versus TID tag. If you don't know what those two things stand for, they stand for the mortal instruments and the infernal devices. This tag is actually quite an old tag, I believe. I'm not sure who originally made it, but I will link the original video down below. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, but one of these two series is my favorite series of all time and my favorite book of all time. It's just my life. And some of you guys, if you've been here for a while, probably know which one I'm talking about, but if you don't, you will find out why or which one is my favorite in this video. And if you do know which one's my favorite in this video, you will find out why that one is my favorite. The first question is favorite main character, Clary or Tessa? For this one, I'm going to go with Tessa because I love Tessa. To be honest, if I had to choose, my favorite main character is Emma Carstairs. I think she's the best out of the three, but from these two, I have to choose Tessa because Clary can sometimes just get on my nerves. She just doesn't think things through, in my opinion, and Tessa sometimes doesn't think things through either, but she, thinks things through more than Clary, and Tessa loves reading, and I feel like Tessa is just more like me. In many different ways. Clary, I find, is less like me, and I don't know, I like Tessa more. She annoyed me less while I was reading the Infernal Devices, and I don't know, I like Tessa more. Favorite Herondale, Jace or Will? For this one, it's pretty obvious. If you've been on my channel for quite a while, you would know I love Will Herondale. So the answer for this question is obviously Will. Will is my husband, and I love him so much. How could you not love Will? I know someone who read the Infernal Devices, and I made her read the Infernal Devices, and she hates Will. And I got so upset when she said that. How could you hate Will? I just don't understand how people hate Will, and how I love Jace. I had to dump Jace when I got with Will because I couldn't date him and his great-great-grandfather. It just get weird. But I don't know how you could choose Jace over Will. I understand Jace is amazing, but Will is just another level of amazing, and I don't understand how you couldn't choose Will, because Will is, I could make hour-long video, 2 hours, 3 hours, just talking about Will Herondale, because I love him that much, and I love every single thing about him. I don't think there's even one thing I don't like about Will, and if I don't stop talking about Will now, I won't be able to stop myself. So let's just get on to the next question. Favorite love triangle, Simon, Jace, Clary, or Will, Jem, and Tessa? This one, again, isn't obvious. First of all, Simon, Clary, and Jace wasn't even a love triangle. I don't even know how you can consider that a love triangle, first of all, because that was the first book and half of the second book. You guys know Hair Greystairs is my OTP of life. Hair Greystairs will forever be my OTP. It's my #1 ship. I love Hair Greystairs so much. Talking about it just gets to be really emotional. I can't be composed when I talk about it. I just get too overwhelmed. It's just amazing, that ship. When people choose Wessa or Jessa, I can't. When people choose Wessa or Jessa, people don't understand that the point of the Infernal Devices, the romantic part of the Infernal Devices, is not Wessa or Jessa. It's Hair and Greystairs. And people who choose Wessa or Jessa, it's just stupid. It's stupid, and it's frustrating, and so many people don't understand Hair and Greystairs. I have to explain it to them. And there's still those people who still ship Wessa or Jessa, which I do not like, because Hair and Greystairs is honestly just everything. So to get back to the answer of this question, I choose Will, Jem, Tessa, Hair and Greystairs for life. Better villain, Sebastian or the Magister? When you say better villain, both these guys aren't good. So I don't like using the word better, and when I think of better in the sense of this question, I'm assuming the creator meant which is the worst villain, the most evil, or was the best at being a villain. This is honestly really hard for me to choose, but I think I have to go with Sebastian, just because the Magister, he was creepy, and I didn't like him, but I don't think he's anything compared to Sebastian. Sebastian just seems more cruel and than the Magister, and Sebastian, honestly, if I had to choose, scares me more than the Magister, so that's why I choose him. Next question is better army, the Clockwork Army or the Dark Army? This one, again, is a really hard question because they were both really creepy armies. Like, when you have to compare them, they both have really cool aspects about them. Like, the Clockwork Army were automatons with demon souls inside them, and the Dark Army were shadow hunters who were turned, and they're both really, really cool. But the way I answer these like better questions when it concerns something evil, I put myself in the position of the characters in which one would be more scary, and I think the Dark Army might be a bit more scarier, just because watching people you love or people you know, your friends, get turned and they're not even themselves anymore. It's not them inside anymore, their soul. Just watching them become this thing, I think that's really, really scary. Better first book, City of Bones or Clockwork Angel? For this one, I obviously have to go with Clockwork Angel, because how could you not go with Clockwork Angel? City of Bones wasn't bad, okay? I didn't hate it. I just thought it was slow, but I decided to continue on with the Mortal Instruments anyway. So that shows I did like City of Bones. But Clockwork Angel was just fantastic. You met all the amazing characters, including Will, and you just get sucked in more to the story, in my opinion. Better female sidekick, Cecily Herondale or Isabel Lightwood? For me, they're basically the same thing, sort of, because they are related, actually. Isabel is a descendant of Cecily, and they're kind of the same thing if you compare them in the two series. But I think I have to go with Isabel because we just know Isabel more than we know Cecily. We don't really get that much of Cecily in the story, and maybe if I did know Cecily a bit better, I would choose her, but I just know Isabel more. We've seen Isabel more. We know more about her in general, so I'm going to go with Isabel. Better institute, the London Institute or the New York Institute? I obviously have to go with the London Institute. In my opinion, the New York Institute is just like not that great. The London Institute is way, way, way better, and there's a huge library inside it, and it's set in London, and in my opinion, I would rather, like, if I were to live in the Institute, I'd rather live in London than New York. If I live at the London Institute, I get to be with Will all the time, so. Better last book, City of Heavenly Fire or Clockwork Princess? For this one, I have to go with Clockwork Princess. Out of all the Shadowhunter books, Clockwork Princess is my favorite, and if I had to choose one favorite book of all time, it would be Clockwork Princess, and I just love Clockwork Princess so much. Like, the Infernal Devices, out of the three, I love all three, but Clockwork Princess is by far my favorite. Clockwork Princess was just so satisfying, even though there was so much heartache in it. I just loved it so much, and I really want to reread the Infernal Devices really soon. It was like one of my goals to reread in 2016. I made a video about it, and I really want to reread it because I do really miss the Infernal Devices, so I really want to reread it. The last question is a better epilogue, City of Heavenly Fire or Clockwork Princess? Again, I have to go with Clockwork Princess. I know a lot of people did not like the epilogue of Clockwork Princess just because their ships, like, they're like, oh, I shipped Wessa, and then before the epilogue, you know, Wessa happened, and then after, in the epilogue, it was Jessa, and that's why people don't really like the epilogue. But, you know, if you're like me and you ship Hair and Graystairs, then the epilogue was perfect because, you know, Hair and Graystairs, that's the proof of Hair and Graystairs right there. Like, the epilogue of Clockwork Princess is basically Hair and Graystairs, like, it's right there. That's the evidence. That's the proof that Hair and Graystairs is real. Just look at the Clockwork Princess epilogue. If you did not, like, pay attention during all of the Infernal Devices, and you did not see that Hair and Graystairs was the thing. I should make a video about this, why you should ship Hair and Graystairs instead of Wessa or Jessa, because it is a serious topic to me. And I don't think you should be shipping Wessa or Jessa. I think you should be shipping Hair and Gray Stairs because that is the right choice. It's not Wessa or Jessa, it's Hair and Gray Stairs. And again, I'm back on this subject and I've drifted totally away from the original question. I didn't really like the City of Heavenly Fire epilogue. I felt like City of Heavenly Fire didn't end really good for me. Like, I did like City of Heavenly Fire, but I didn't really like the epilogue. It just ended too happy for me. I just expected something more out of the epilogue, something, you know, a bit, not unsatisfying, but not completely satisfied. And I felt as if I was completely satisfied with the City of Heavenly Fire epilogue, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I kind of just wanted something, you know, to tug on my heart a bit, so I could just feel a bit of heartache. That's why I think it makes a good epilogue. Just makes you feel a bit of heartache. If you've been keeping track of my answers, which I have, you would realize that out of the questions, I chose more Infernal Devices answers because I love the Infernal Devices way more than any Mortal Instruments. I do really love the Mortal Instruments, don't get me wrong, but if I had to choose, which I do choose, the Infernal Devices is better in my opinion. I love the Infernal Devices so much. It's like a big part of me, and I don't know, I just love the Infernal Devices so much, and it's my life. It's honestly my life. So I have a couple people to tag. Mariah from Bubbling with Books, Gia from Evermore Fabulous, Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. I tag Mariah from Redbird Reads, Olive from Hey It's Olive, and Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles. I think I tagged a lot of people, but I don't know. I think I'm like 99% sure everyone I tagged has read both the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices, and if any of the people I tagged, if you haven't read them, then I guess this is a sign that you should. I did not tag you, I tagged all of you as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye!